Hey guys, this is my little one Evan. I usually try to record these things when he's taking his nap, but I've got a bunch of videos to make today, so he's going to join me for this one. A few of you have turned in part 1 of your assignment already, and that's fantastic. I'm going to send you guys some feedback on that, and if there's any changes that you need to make, I'm going to let you make those before I actually give you your final grade for it. If you are finished with part 1, then you're going to move on to part 2. And this is now only going to be a 2-part assignment since, for the time being, we are done until May 1st, right? So here's what we're going to do. For part 2, I want you to think about whatever type of job or career you plan on having after school, whether that's after you graduate from Eastland or after you graduate from college, okay? And what you're going to do, and even if you're not 100% sure, I just want you to pick something that you think you might do or something that you think sounds interesting. And you're going to think about how you will use math in your future job, okay? And if you look at the document that is included in the assignment, there's some bullet points, and these are the things that I want you to do for this assignment. The first thing you're going to do is imagine what your daily routine might be like. So create a schedule, and I have from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. But if you are, planning on working a job that is going to start earlier than that, that's fine. Or it's going to start later than that, that's fine. I just want an 8 or 9 hour block set aside where you say what you're going to do during that time each day. And you're going to be blocking out what you would do on a typical day. So from 8 to 9, this is what I would be doing. From 9 to 10, this is what I would be doing. From 10 to 11, this is what I'd be doing, so on and so on up until 5 o'clock. The next bullet point says note the time, the activity, and how math is involved in the activity. There may be an hour or two span where you can't figure out how math is involved, that's fine, but a majority of these should have math involved in them in one way or another. Then the third bullet point says create some type of visual to display this daily schedule and the math connections you find. Please try to make it colorful and organized. So here's the deal. When I've done this project in the past, students have typically made posters and I've hung them around the room. If you want to do it on a sheet of paper and make it colorful, take a picture of it and send it to me, you can do it that way. But since this is all being done digitally, you can also just make like a Google Doc or Google Slides with this information and then upload that. Just make sure that there's color involved somehow. I just don't want all black and white. Make it appealing to the eye, okay? So on this doc, if you scroll down, that's all that I have typed there. If you scroll down, I have some pictures of examples, okay? So the first one is an example of a dermatologist, and I think this is actually a really good example for you because it gives you the 8 a.m. block. Here's the activity that I would be doing during that time, and then here's the math connection. 9 o'clock, here's the activity I would be doing. I would start seeing my appointments, and then the math connection is I would know how my appointments are scheduled. Okay, so sometimes you don't think of some of these things as using math, but you are. As a dermatologist, you need to know how much time is set aside for each patient so that you can try to stay on schedule. So those are the sort of things that you want to look at there. This next example, whoops, that is not what I wanted to do. Sorry. Next example, that one's a lot harder to read because it's all. That was a full poster board, a lot of additional information on it. But I just want to show you some things that have been done in the past. So here's another one, a forensic pathologist. They kind of have it broken down into 3 columns as well. The first column is the time, the second column is the activity, and then the third column is the math connection. And then the last one is a singer, okay? And this one's set up a little bit differently, which is why I showed it to you. So this one only has 2 columns. The first column has the time, and see, this one starts at 6:30 a.m. So this one starts at a different time, like I mentioned, and that's fine. So they have the time, and with the time they have what they would be doing, okay? And then in the second column, they just say how math is involved in that, okay? So I just need you to make up some sort of schedule for the job of your choosing, and what your day would look like and how math would be involved. Again, you may have an hour or two throughout the day where you don't know how math is involved. And so you could just say no connection, or if you really get stuck, send me a message, and I can kind of throw out some ideas for you to include for how there's a math connection with that, okay? With that being said, I want to remind you guys to sign up for Remind. That's a very easy way to get a hold of me quickly when you're working on an assignment. I've told you I'm constantly checking Canvas, and I get email notifications when you send me a message on Canvas, but it doesn't always show up immediately. Whereas with Remind, I get a notification right away and I can get back to you right away, okay? So if you haven't done so yet, sign up for Remind, and you also get 5 bonus points for signing up, okay? Again, as always, if you have questions, let me know. I'm happy to help. And I look forward to hearing from you guys. Hope you're doing well.